So, we all know that taking photos, whether portrait, full body or landscape photos, can be super interesting, but editing these photos can actually be time demanding. And today we have a set of tools from the folks at Anthropics that will solve all of that, as they've created the Portrait Pro, Portrait Pro Body, Portrait Pro Landscape, and also the Smart Photo Editor. And the beautiful thing with any of these tools that they've made is it makes it super easy for you to edit your photos exactly how you want them. More so, these tools have integrators, which makes it easier for you to work across tools like Photoshop to get the best quality of what you're going for, as this uses a form of intelligence to understand the photo that you're working with and also gives you interesting guides and easy to use workflow for you to be able to edit these photos to your liking. So whether you're into portrait shoots or full body shoots, or maybe you're into environment pictures, then there's a whole lot of things that you can now fully take advantage of when working with these tools from the folks at Anthropics. Now the cool thing here is you can get all of the tools from the folks at Anthropics for a massive steal. They are currently running an interesting campaign with the folks at Humble Bundle, and this is called the Pro Level Photography with Anthropics, and this is offering photographers and also artists a chance to own all of the tools that they've created previously. So whether you like to get the Portrait Pro version 23, or maybe you like to get the Landscape Pro version 3 and also the Portrait Pro Body version 3, and in all of their possible variants from the studio to the professional all the way to the max, alongside the Smart Photo Editor, you can now simply take advantage of this bundle sale that is currently running and grab all of them for a super steal. All 10 items in these bundles will be going for £20 as against £597 that it would cost. These tools are perpetual to own, and of course if you'd like to get these, then links to this is going to be in the description. And for those who would like to get started with working with the Portrait Pro, the Landscape Pro, the Portrait Pro Body, this, like we mentioned earlier, is super easy to get started with. So by default, once you get started with this would offer you a couple of examples that walks you through all the necessary things that you need to get creating. You can simply follow the steps, which is pretty interactive, as it gives you a super interesting guide on how to work with the tools themselves. Now by default, if you like to start editing your photos quickly with it, this happens in seconds. So for example, if you like to edit this photo, which we simply downloaded off Signature Edit, which is an amazing place where you can download tons and tons of high quality free portrait, full body and also landscape photos alongside their presets, then of course you can also come through and check them out. And all the photos that we're going to be using for this video will be coming from there. And of course, how you get to work with this tool is this easy. For the portrait tool, once you load up the portrait, this automatically identifies the character and also gives you a guide that identifies various features on the character's face. And since we're dealing with a portrait, this gives you controls that you can use to dial things up and also dial them down. Say for example, you like to change the lighting on this model. How you can do that is very simple. There's a lighting and coloring panel, which you can easily use to change the lighting on your model. You can choose to relight your character however you want and work on the skin of the character as well. By default, this does an automatic edit for you, and you can use the sliders to accentuate the look of the character that you're working on. If you like to add some makeup to this character, this is also super easy, as we can simply go over to the makeup section, turn this on, and we can add a few things. Maybe we would like to add some lipstick to this character, make it a little bit more shiny, and also increase the coverage of that. If there are specific colors that we would like to select, we can also go ahead and make that selection too. There's a couple of other interesting things that has to do with hair, and this is also pretty interesting how it works as well. It is also worth mentioning that in certain instances, if you like to use preset, then you can simply rely on the preset, as there's preset for literally everything. So if you like to get some preset, change the lighting and the overall look, then you can simply rely on this preset to do all of that for you quickly and easily with a single click. For those who like to edit the mouth, the nose, the hair, the eyes, or maybe the makeup, then you can also use this preset and get this going. And for those who work with multiple displays, you can also dock and also undock several panels of this tool and use them how you choose. And how this works is pretty simple, as once you load in an image, all you need to do is to select the nose of the subject. And once you do that, this would ask you to identify the body type. In this case, we're just simply going to identify this as a female, and this is going to process, analyze the image, and then give us a couple of interesting markers that we can use to modify and adjust the overall subject. Now, if you like to make adjustment to any part of this, you can simply use the shape sliders to do that. So if we like to make our character a bit more curvy and maybe a bit more slimmer, we can also go ahead and do that. Maybe you like to make the legs a bit slender, or possibly you like to edit the torso. These are all available and you can use them. The Portrait Pro body also supports both skin and also face edit. So if you like to edit a portion of the skin, or possibly you like to edit the face, you can simply use these parameters and do all of that. It is quite interesting how this one works, and it's pretty cool to see that the folks at Anthropics are working alongside the folks at Humble Bundle to bring all of this to everyone. For those who might be wondering about a Photoshop plugin, there is a Photoshop plugin that allows you to simply send your photos directly from Photoshop over to Portrait Pro Body, or even the Landscape Pro and do some interesting edits right there. And once you're done, you can simply hit the button and send them back. And with this bundle, you can start editing your portraits, your full body shoots, and also landscapes easily. And this is super interesting. So for those who like to take a look at this, you can simply go over to the link in the description. I'll bring you right here where you can download the pro level photography with Anthropics, which is now doing a massive bundle sale alongside the folks at Humble Bundle. And for those who like to get even more stuff, then you can definitely go over to their software section where you'll be able to download more interesting stuff that includes the Vegas Pro 2024, which comes with the Vegas Studio 2024 bundle that includes the video studio and much more. And all of these offer perpetual licenses. Sounds are also here, and for those who like to learn to code, or possibly you're into game development, then you're also going to find a couple of interesting things right here, so do well to check them out. Massive stuff are currently available, and it is a super steal for you to go through and grab them now. Tell me what you guys think about this one in the comment section, and of course if you like this video or you learned something from this, you can go ahead and give a like, and don't forget to share with a friend. And I'd like to see you guys in the next one. Peace.